the Women's Series
Lisa for the ball.
2021 as the leading ladies in World Darts battle it out
25.
for places at both the Grand Slam of Darts and the World Championship. We'll talk you through the routes to qualification over the course of the next couple of days. We have 6 events in this opening weekend of action live from Milton Keynes. I'm Chris Murphy talking you through it, and alongside me we have the joy of jaws, Colin Lloyd. Welcome back to the Women's Series, Colin.
Thank you, Chris. Absolute pleasure to be here. The cream of ladies darts competing. Let's hope we have a nice weekend of some fabulous darts.
Absolutely, and last year we saw Dita Hedman, Lisa Ashton and Fallon Sherrock really pull away
99.
from the pile. Hedman and Ashton qualifying for the World Championship in the end. There was a Grand Slam qualifier before that. That's a slight change this year. The Grand Slam qualification
43.
places will come from the first 6 events. The leader of the order of merit will qualify, and the second 6 the same. But we've probably got a slightly strengthened field, haven't we, with the likes of Mikuru Suzuki and the 10-time world champion Trina Gulliver in action as well.
Yes, that's exactly right. There may not be many entries, but there's some class performers amongst
60.
them all. Just like to say, Chris, here, Lisa Brosnan, she started off extremely well in this match. Looks very confident, looks very relaxed. Laura's got a work cut out here, I think.
Your Sky colleague, Laura Turner, who has been in the winner's circle recently, as we were talking about off air just before this tournament started. So she'll be hoping for a good run here. But as you said, in this short format, best of 7, if Brosnan can get off to a good start, then it's going to be difficult for Turner to turn her over.
100.
Dare I say, Chris, in an individual sport, names and reputations amount to nothing. You go up there, you play your game, focus on what you're doing, not what your opponent's doing.
Well, Colin Lloyd would be a man that knows, having been the world #1. But it is Brosnan down to finish first. Now she's thinking about whether to go for this or not. She's gone that route because that's kind of automatic, but now she's not sure what to do to leave a more favourable double.
And simply because she thought about it so
72.
much, she threw the wayward 1. But you would have liked to have thought, Chris, that as soon as she hit that treble 18, she'd have known 68 left. Laura wasn't on a finish.
132.
You know, she should have known it was either treble 12 to leave 32 or treble 20 to leave double 4.
She's a long way off.
30.
First dart, I thought it was outside the 10. It was just inside it. But missed darts. Laura Turner's last start was in the 12 to leave this 140. She's just going to leave tops. Brosnan now under pressure.
This will be a nice little settler if she can pin this double 10. Great last dart there. Laura was waiting after the nice little ton setup of tops, but it's Lisa Brosnan who takes the first leg in a 1-0 lead.
Not the only darts action we have for you today live on PDC TV. Later on, the Gibraltar Darts Trophy will resume day 2 of that tournament. Dan Dawson, Paul Nicholson and Rob Malarkey bringing commentary.
83.
We stuck here in Milton Keynes, but there's nowhere I'd rather be than next to you, Lloydie.
41.
I don't know, I think I could have done with a nice little bit of Gibraltar sunshine.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, that's nothing against you, mate. Nothing against you.
Laura Turner, yeah, towards the back end of that first leg, just started to find her feet a little bit. She won't be panicking too much at this stage, but getting broken early on in this
55.
format can certainly be a problem.
Yeah, when it's such a short format, Chris, you really don't want to go 2-0 down. If you know you've gone 2-0 down,
76.
you know you've been broken on one of the throws, and then there's really an uphill battle from there. You start trying too hard then and not letting your darts flow. Laura's having a decent leg here.
85.
We did see Lisa at the World Masters back in 2019.
62.
Had a couple of victories before going down in the last 16 to Anastasia Dobromoslova. Certainly no disgrace in that. Another one of the names who is more than capable.
99.
Turn her down to 140 for the second successive
45.
leg.
Laura will be thinking to herself here, maybe I could get 6 darts from here. 61 scored, 79 left.
67.
A loose last dart, but she's left herself a 2-dart finish. Well, what a shot this will be, Chris. Oof, unlucky with the second dart.
Yeah, decided to stay there and try and follow it in.
92.
Turner will be looking at treble 19 with the first dart. Now has choices, 14 for tops. The approved route.
53.
That is a poor dart from Laura Turner, maybe just feeding the pressure. We spoke about this last year, as we see a sign of that again from Lisa there. Perhaps the players in this first match don't really want to be on the stream.
38.
No, there is a little... They want to get a couple of games under their belt first before you come on and know that everyone's watching. Just that little bit of extra pressure.
Game shot.
But that little extra pressure hasn't affected Laura Turner. She equals it up with a double 5 there for a 20 checkout. Missing the double 10. So 1 each in this match now. Starting to both warm to this match, I think. Nice little ton 40 away there from Lisa. So hopefully they'll start cracking in some big shots.
Yeah, we will have a couple of matches from this last 64 stage. Dieter Hedman, who did manage to make it to the World Championship from last year's Women's Series, will take on Kerry O'Connor
60
in the second match following this one, and then we'll have a game from each of the following rounds right way through to the final. Semis and final will be best of 9, and we'll do that 3 times today.
45.
Long day ahead for the ladies. But like we said, the rewards are great.
140.
Yeah, for the ones that go deep in the tournament, they'll be playing darts most of the day, but for the ones that lose in the first round in the first
60.
couple of tournaments, it's a long day of sitting around and the pressure building for that final event of the day, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so. It's not easy when you just have to sit around
26.
it. Your mind plays games with you. You know, you think to yourself, the game that you've got beat, if you do get beat early, if I'd have done this, if I'd have done that. As probably
55.
George has always said to me, if is probably one of, if not the biggest words in the world.
Yeah.
Who am I to argue with him?
Half of life.
Yes, very much so.
Well, on throw again. Brosnan here
31.
is dominating, and that's all she needs to do to win this match. The Bandit.
$60.
Yeah, Laura will be a little bit disappointed in this leg. I think 3 really well thrown darts there, all on the wire. But unfortunately for her, not one of them went in.
Excellent darts. This would be an excellent finish.
80.
It's certainly been an excellent start, and it's just sent the message to Laura Turner that this isn't going to be an easy passage through to the second round.
45. Game shot.
Laura knows full well, Chris, in this match that not only she got to keep holding her throw, but if she wants to get through this match, she has to break the throw of Lisa. And Lisa's thrown 2 very steady legs on her own throw.
100.
And vice versa. Lisa just knows if I just keep holding my throw, I'm through to the next round.
61.
You see the nickname on the back of her shirt there, the Bandit. I think she should have been... What do darts do in the board, Colin? They pierce the board, don't they? I think it should have been Lisa Pierce Brosnan.
I was looking at you thinking to myself, he's thinking of something here. He's thinking of something here. Yeah, very good. Very
43.
good.
Just looking around the matches that are in action already, some of the big names already underway. Lisa Ashton, of course,
83.
one of the biggest, and she's got the biggest lead. She's already won her first match, 4-0 against Tammy McKenzie. Certainly will be a strong contender to go through. Fallon Sherrock 2-1 up against
41.
Denise Cassidy. Tricky opening game for Fallon Sherrock, that one. Just a quick word, Colin, on what Fallon Sherrock achieved last weekend in Copenhagen.
Oh, absolutely fantastic, mate. You know, she was given an opportunity and she took it with both hands. I know she gets a lot of unnecessary flack. She was given the opportunity by the Professional Darts Corporation, and all she can do is go up and play darts. Oh my God, Chris, did she play some darts? You know, everybody was saying that Gutterwin Price pulled out and that maybe done her a favour. Well, that's not Fallon's fault, you know. She can only play what's put in front of her. And you can tell how much people have respect for her, Chris, quite simply because Dimitri Vandenberg, I'm not going to say he crumbled, but he couldn't get over the winning line, and that's pressure, mate, and that's the sort of thing she does. The one thing I love about Fallon Sherrock, she doesn't mind getting over that finish line. You give her a shot, she goes, thank you very much. And listen,
50.
Great for Fallon Sherrock, first and foremostly, great for ladies darts.
Absolutely, great for darts.
Yeah, great for darts. Sorry, yes.
Yeah.
I take that back.
No,
You're
well,
right.
both,
Great for darts.
Both. Great for ladies darts, great for darts. And I agree with everything you said about the way she plays on the stage, as Turner looks to complete this leg on double 16 and does. Very clinical finish there to level up at 2-2. And talking of finishing, that seems to be Fallon's strength when she's on the stage. And the reason perhaps that Dimitri might have crumbled a little bit is because he knew that Fallon wouldn't.
55.
Yeah, she looks so comfortable and so at ease up on that big stage. Also, she just keeps everything simple, Chris. She just plays darts. That sounds easy to say,
100.
but you know, when you're in a big pressurised situation like that, you can sometimes drift and think of other things, and where she just totally focused on the game. And listen, great stuff, and
100.
pleased to say that she's here competing this weekend also.
Yeah, sure, we'll see her on the stream at some point. She's now 3-1 up against Denise Cassidy in her opener. As I mentioned, Lisa Ashton already through, as is
36.
Kirsty Hutchinson, a 4-0 win against Lainey Webb. Maria O'Brien also through with a whitewash win. Robin Byrne from Ireland, 4-0. She's beaten Heather Smith. A few results filtering through already. Another Irish talent, Katie Sheldon, the youngster, 3-1 up against Michelle Andrews. The next match on that board, board 2, is a very intriguing one. Rhiannon O'Sullivan against the 10-time champion of the world, Trina Gulliver.
That's a very tasty game. And on that note, Chris,
100.
I'd just like to say it's nice to have Trina Gulliver back as well. She's gone through a lot these past year or two, and it's nice to see her fit and well. And hopefully we can get that player of a few years ago. Hopefully get a few games under her belt. It's not going to be easy, but if anyone can do it, she can.
Well, absolutely. And I think what we witnessed last year at the Women's Series is that we do have
55.
some excellent talents, and all that's really lacking is a bit more strength in depth. And maybe we will see the Chasing Pack raise their bar this weekend, and who
43.
knows, one of them maybe grace the Grand Slam stage or try to follow in the footsteps of Fallon Sherrock in becoming a queen of the palace.
43.
Well, Laura's got an opportunity here, Chris. If she can put a hole in this, dare I say it, maybe hit the 97 to leave top. Well, unfortunately, she can't do it now, but put a bit of pressure on this
43.
shot. Don't think that's quite enough. You know, this was an opportunity for her here to break this run. I'm not saying she's not going to, but not quite sure if Lisa's miscounted here.
32.
Yeah, so 94 for Turner. She's got choices here. Straight for the treble 18 is the decision now. Is it double-double? No, she's Gone the traditional route, perhaps 54. The wrong route in that spot. I'll leave that up to the opinion of my analysts alongside me. Well, it's the wrong route if this goes in, and it has gone in. And now Laura Turner needs to win the last 2 legs.
She's gone our mate's way. She's gone the Mardle route. I'm a big believer. I know it's a confidence thing, Chris, but when someone's sitting on a 2-darter, me personally, I think you have to incorporate the 25 and ball. That's just my opinion. That's the way I go. At least then you get a shot. I know people say, well, you hit the treble, you got 2 darts, but it's an argument I think that will be debated for years to come. Well, so
yeah, and having gone that route and then missed the treble, a lot of people nowadays would go double-double, and it used to be seen as quite cheeky, didn't it? Quite flash, but actually you're just going for a bigger target.
Yeah, very much so. It doesn't matter, Laura, they all count.
Yeah, decided to employ that route mid-leg this time around.
80's better than 60.
Chrissy Manley 3-1 up against
26.
Sharon Godbeer in her opening match. Your old rival Peter tells me that Chrissy has been practicing all year for this and has been playing some decent stuff.
She was telling me yesterday when she arrived with Peter that
140.
Colin, I won the Cleveland Open. And Peter had to have a little say. He goes, yeah, he said she's broken all kinds of records. She's the first 62-year-old to win an Open in that era up there. So I just looked at Peter and said, be kind, Peter, be kind. No, it's good to see. Chrissy Manley, we know she's a class player, but fair play to her, putting in the hard work. She knows the rewards that are available.
60. And
she's here not to just make up numbers, Chris. She's here to have a good go.
Absolutely. It's the wife of Peter 1-dart Manley.
45.
So-called, not because he only used 1 dart at the double, but because he could only fit 1 in the treble.
What game was that?
I just used to use those big bulbous darts, didn't he, Peter?
No spring onions, as he called them. Yeah. Spring onions.
Oh, sorry. Check, 70.
Well, Laura Turner could find herself in choppy waters here. One of those
97.
Difficult doubles to be on, especially in a leg that you have to win.
Straight at it or 2-4-4? Straight at it by the looks of it. Ooh, needs a single number now.
No score.
In that sort of situation, when you're feeling a little bit tight-armed, I'd go 3-1-1.
Is that so you're throwing in a straight line, if basically at that single number?
Yeah. I'm not going to say it's the right way or the wrong way, but that's the
38.
way. That's the way I went.
Well, she gets another go. And this time she sneaks it in the top corner, and we do have some darting drama in the first match of the day. 3-3, all holds a throw. Who will feel the pressure?
62.
Well, it was a loose first dart from the Bandit there, and she recovered it with a nice treble 20 to just go back into the 1 again, but up and running.
60.
Nice steady start from Laura. This is where the arm, I know it's only the first game, Chris, but this is where the arm might just tighten up a little bit, because you desperately
53.
want to get through that first round. And this has been knife-edge stuff from the start to the very end here.
Yeah, she has been in good form coming into this, Laura Turner, so she will be determined to get through this first round. You mentioned that win she had in Gibraltar, where the European Tour is this weekend. She won the Gibraltar Open. She then got to the semi-finals of the national singles and lost to Fallon Sherrock, but only in a last leg decider.
85.
Is it fair to say that Laura is the more experienced of these two? But that's not to say that Lisa is going to go away quietly. She's putting in a good leg here. Nice little 140 there to apply a good bit of pressure to Laura Turner.
If you remember last year as well, Laura struggled for the first couple of events, but then went on to reach the semi-finals in the very last one when kind of the pressure was off. So perhaps she just needs to find a way to...
45.
And it's easy to say sitting here in the cheap seats, isn't it? But to kind of work on that pressure, the added nerves that it might bring, because obviously
60.
She's a very, very capable talent.
The trouble is, Chris, you get to these events and you think you've got everything in place, you think you've prepared properly, you think you're ready. And like you touched on earlier, there's not many people that want to play on this board the very first match. They'll be thinking to themselves, let me just
45.
get a game or two under my belt and then I'll be... Because it is a pressurised situation in there. But listen, there's always a good chance of that happening, so...
45 left after that first start, and now she can't go out, but luckily for her, nor can her opponent.
Yeah, Laura's left herself on a dud, unfortunately. She'll be wanting to put a good hole in this. Steady ton.
45.
Well, she'll be disappointed with that, but Lisa Brosnan now, 3 darts at double 16 to get through the first game.
And double 8.
Game shot.
And there it is, and once again Turner toppled at the first round of the first event of the Women's Series.